Today on our 2016 Chevrolet Equinox, we will be taking a look at and installing the Curt T-connector vehicle wiring harness with 4-pole flat trailer connector, part number 56094. Here's what our 4-pole wiring harness is going to look like once it's installed on the back of our vehicle. Now, this is going to be quite essential to anybody that wants to have lights that operate on their trailer. Using a 4-pole trailer connector, you can simply hook up those lights. You'll have a tail light, both left and right turn signals, as well as running lights with this setup. First thing we'll do to test out our wires is to remove the cover. Then we'll connect our ground. Then we'll test out our brown wire, which will be our tail lights. Now we'll go ahead and test out our yellow wire, which will be our left turn signal, and our green wire, which will be our right turn signal. Now for the brake lights, which will be both our green and our yellow. Looks like our signals are good, so we're ready to put our cover back over the top and stow it away. Now let's go ahead and show you just how easy it is to install. First thing we're going to need to do is open up our rear hatch to gain access to our taillight assemblies. On the driver's side, you're going to see the two caps. These are going to be covering up the bolts that we're going to need to remove the taillight. Use a small flat blade screwdriver to pop the caps off. Then a 10mm socket to remove the tail lights. Once we have them removed, we can go ahead and pop the tail light assembly straight back out of the alignment tabs. You'll see the two alignment tabs there. Once we have it down, we can then press the black button in to disconnect the tail light. Go ahead and set the tail light aside and repeat that process on the passenger side. We'll go ahead and take our wiring harness and connect the side that has the yellow, brown, and white, the T connector, to our connection coming off the factory harness. Match up the sides and plug them in until they click. This side will connect to our factory tail light. The rest of our wires will pass down in between the assembly here on the back fascia and bumper and the body. You'll see a gap. Pass that down in between. Reach down and pull it down to where you have access to those wires. We'll go ahead and leave a little bit of slack here in the driver's side so we can tie that up once we're done. Let's go ahead and run the T connector and the ground wire over to the passenger side taillight assembly. Run it up and over the hitch and avoid any moving components. Now to assist us in pulling our wire up into the passenger side, we're just going to use a little bit of electrical tape and tape that to an old piece of air hose or a coat hanger. Once we have it out the top, we can go ahead and cut off the tape. Go ahead and attach our T connector just as we did on the other side. Press it in until it clicks. And then we can go ahead and connect our ground wire. Now our ground wire we're going to connect to the thick part of the body panel here. Take our self-tapping screw that's provided. We'll send it in first, then connect our wire so it doesn't get twisted around. Connect the other side of the T connector till it clicks. Line up the alignment tabs and press your tail light back into position. Once you have it into position and fully seated, we can return those bolts to the back side and the caps. Now down here on the bottom where our 4-pole is going to be connected, you're going to see that we're going to have both of our wires are going to be divided. We're going to go ahead and tape that together just to make sort of a pigtail and a nicer, cleaner installation. Go ahead and pull up any excess that we have of our yellow wire so that it doesn't drag or drop down over time. Go ahead and zip tie that. I'll go ahead and connect our factory tail light on the driver's side. Line up the alignment tabs and push it back into position. And we can reinsert those 10mm bolts on the back, securing our tail light. Reinsert the plastic caps And that will do it for our review and installation of the Curt T-connector vehicle wiring harness with 4-pole flat trailer connector, part number 56094 on our 2016 Chevrolet Equinox.